turn your projector on and off, you have a pixie plate on the wall somewhere close to your computer. The power button turns the projector on. After it's on and you're ready to turn it off, you push the button twice to power it off. You can control your volume over here by going up and down, and that's your pixie plate. We're gonna walk through the 1485 Epson projector, how you can use it in your classroom. There's a whole lot more that we're not gonna show you today. We're gonna show you just the basics. So the first thing, whenever you get to your classroom, when you get to your campus, your librarian or somebody on your campus is gonna give you a projector bag. And inside this projector bag, you're gonna find a remote, you're gonna find a battery charger, you're gonna have 2 pins, and this nifty little pin holding box. And this is magnetic, so you can stick it on your board so you can keep your pins close by, okay? So that's what you have. The white batteries are rechargeable. These are what go in your pins. And then there are some green batteries that will go in the remote. You are never gonna need to use this remote. So just keep that in your bag, put it in a drawer because you're gonna have to turn it in at the end of the year. So that's your bag of goodies. Now, the beautiful thing about this projector is your finger can do all the work. You don't have to use the pins, but you do have that option. So let's just jump in here and let's talk about the pieces of your projector and what all it can do for you. The first thing that we're going to look at on your projector here is down here at the very bottom. This is how you're going to control the interactivity of your board. So currently it's set on PC interactivity, which is basically making your hand the mouse. So we're projecting our computer screen right now, our computer monitor, and with it on PC interactivity, my finger is the mouse. So point, click, scroll, all right? If I turn this off, now then I'm in annotation mode. So then I can write on the board, all right? One more tool down here that's gonna be very important to you. We have a picture of the hand or a finger. If we click on that, that turns off touch. So now then, as I'm scrolling and I'm clicking, nothing's happening. However, if I were to get my pen, then I should be able to write. If I turn this back on, I can now drag things. This will come in handy if you have kids who tend to want to interact with the board and you don't want them to. You can, as a teacher, can use the pen, but your kids cannot walk up and write on the board. Okay, let's look some more at some of the tools that we have down here. So first of all, if you'll notice down here at the very bottom, we have our toolbar. This toolbar, the default is to place it down at the bottom. However, if you just click and drag on that to the right side, left side, top, wherever you want it to go, you'll notice that the toolbar has now moved up here. So again, I can just click it, drag it down to the bottom, and we're down here. Again, that gets it out of the way of little people's hands. We also have, if I go back to the PC annotation mode, you'll notice down here at the bottom, our toolbar just changed. We now have things like colors, we have different pen choices, so we can change our line thicknesses, we can use highlighters, we can draw shapes. We can change our colors down here. This one is an eraser, so if I click that one, I can now erase things that I drew earlier. We have a selection tool, which we don't have anything. Let's see, yeah, I can select that and now I can move that little drawing somewhere else on the page. I have an undo and a redo, and then I have a trash can that lets me clear all of the writing that I've done on my board. So that's what those are down there, and they only work when you have PC interactivity turned off. So that's your toolbar down there. When your board is in the PC interactivity mode, like we said earlier, your finger is a mouse. So I can navigate websites, I can navigate anything that's on my computer desktop from standing in front of the board. I don't have to keep running back and forth to my computer. So for example, we are in toy theater here, and let's say that we just need to move some manipulatives around. With our finger, we can easily do that, okay? If I want to annotate on this, so now let's put another one up here. What I need to do now is write an addition problem to go with these counters. If I turn off the interactivity, now my tools show up down here. I can pick a color, and I can now come right on there to show what the kids have just done with the manipulatives. All right. Again, to get back, I just come and turn this back off, and now I can control my mouse. I'm going to minimize this right here and just show you how this is going to work with all of your other. So when you're in the PC interactivity mode, when you're just looking at your computer desktop here, your finger is the mouse. So this again keeps you from having to run back and forth to your computer. So we're looking at our desktop here. If I want to open up anything on my desktop, all I'm going to do is double click and that site will open up, okay? All right, so as you're on this site and maybe you need to type, you don't want to have to go running back to your computer to do this. So we're going to turn on a built-in Windows keyboard. To do this, I'm going to give you directions on how to do this. So on your desktop, you have an icon here, it has a big G on it, and if we click on that, there it is. We're going to go to desktop. We're going to scroll till we find and click on Windows Touch Keyboard. And you'll notice that when that pops up, that's giving you the install directions here. So that's going to turn on your keyboard, which you would then see right down here. So when I click on that keyboard, notice that my keyboard comes up. So if I come back over here to my Google search bar, and I need to go find something about dogs. Whoops, let's click in here. And I search, it's gonna pull up what I need without me having to run over to my keyboard. Let's dig a little more into the whiteboard here. So down here at the bottom left of your screen, you have a picture of a little whiteboard. And when we click on that, since we had a window open in our browser, it does an automatic split screen for us. If I want to be full whiteboard screen, I have a little slider right here, and if I just click on that and drag all the way to the right side, now I have a full screen, okay? And using my tools down here, so let's just right on here, okay? So using my tools here, this lets me do this. I mentioned to you earlier your eraser tool. If you click on the eraser, we have 3 different sizes. So the large one lets me erase a large space at a time. The smaller one lets me do just a little bit at a time. If I need to erase the whole board, the trash can down here asks me if I want to erase the whole screen. So I'm going to say yes. Some other tools that we have down here, if I click on the pen tool, the first one is just a pen tool, and we can change the line thickness. You change your colors right there. We also have a built-in highlighter, and again, you can change your line thickness, you can change your color. Notice your colors changed when we chose the highlighter. And so if I just need to highlight some text or something, we can do that there. And the last one lets you draw shapes. We can draw straight lines, we can draw shapes, okay? And clear shapes or filled shapes, just by choosing that, okay? So that's the basic features in the whiteboard. Now let's say that we want our whiteboard to interact with our PC connection. So let's do a split screen. Again, if I click right over here, I can drag over to halfway point, and I'm seeing my whiteboard as well as my computer screen. So if I want my kids, or if I want to do some interactivity here, I'm going to go make sure my PC interactivity is on. And now I can come up here and I want to show my kids what 2 plus 1 looks like, okay? So we've done that here, but now I want to come over here to my whiteboard and let's go into some more depth on that. So using my pen tool, let's go grab my pen. I'm going to use blue. I'm going to keep it wide, and I can now come over here and illustrate what we've got going on over here. So that's the way that we can split things up. Now let's say that maybe we're watching a video. So I have a YouTube video going on over here, and I want to maybe take notes as we're going on here, or mark out, find the main characters or something like that. So currently we have page 1 here. Down here at the bottom, I can just easily get to a blank screen by clicking the square with a plus sign here. So we're now on page 2, and I can come over here and I can start my video. There's some extra tools built into here that we're going to take a look at real quick. First one we're going to look at is maybe you need to get some lined paper or a grid background up here on your whiteboard. Over here on the right, on the left side of your screen, this third icon down here lets you bring in a background. So if I want lined paper, I can click on that one. If I want a grid, I can do that. So you have several different choices here. The insert image button does nothing, so don't click it. Okay, so once we get that background in there, that is placed on there. You can erase it, it's just there. If I want to clear it, right here, deletes that page, and now I'm back to my page 1 that I started on. I also have the capability of turning on a timer. So down here we've got the 3 buttons. If I click on those 3 little dots down here, I have a timer. Now again, all of these other things, they don't work, so don't use them. But the timer, when we turn that on, and you can move it, get it where you want it on your screen, the timer, you can adjust how many minutes, how many seconds you want that to go. When we click go, it's going to start a timer. The stop sound will play out of your classroom speakers. To get away from your whiteboard, you want to go back to full computer screen. Down here at the bottom left, we're just going to click on the whiteboard and we're back at computers. To find other helps that go along with this projector, if you will, again, come over here to your desktop, click on the G, the grid, that will open up. And all kinds of different helps here, but there is a link for the camera and the projector. If we open that up, you have, yours is the 1485. So if we click on that, that is going to give you a detailed projector helps. So if there's something that you didn't catch from this video, this is where you can find it, or you can always reach out to your technology integration specialist.